This is now the 6th or 7th attempt of this movie, because first I ran out of storage, then I thought the phone couldn't film longer than that, but that was just for 4K. In Full HD you can film as long as you want, just you have the storage enough for it. 4K can only film for 5 minutes. And then I tried different things. I removed storage, filmed again, and last time I was like, yes, I'm set, I'm gonna make this movie, it's gonna be awesome. And then I found out I had the phone upwards, it wasn't tilted, so you would watch like on YouTube, like a little part of the screen would be whatever I'm filming and the rest would be black. Kind of dull, wouldn't it be? Yeah. Enough about that. I'm gonna have a review of a screen I bought. I've seen a lot of reviews about it, but the issue with the reviewers, if I could say it that way, is that they are actually reviewers. They're not hardcore gamers. Not that I would go as far as say I'm a hardcore gamer, but I probably put out about 50 to 60,000 hours of Counter-Strike gaming since 1999. Hard to say. My 1.6 is about 1,000 marks in my accounts, and same with Counter-Strike Go for the moment, but Counter-Strike 1.5, 1.6 was like I went to school, came back, played till about 3 at night. My parents got so pissed off at me, and then I went to school, half slept through it, and got home playing again, and weirdly enough I didn't fail, not even close. But even though I played shitloads of FPS games, and that's partly why I bought this screen. The other reason is mainly because the BenQ I had was one of the older models with 120 Hz on it. And I use Photoshop. I have a degree in 3D design and animation, and I got also background from, I would say, college. Yeah, college. It's different states of schools here in Norway, but college, where I have media design and public relations. And so I use the computer very often, or sometimes depending on the mood and my creativity. I use the computer for editing, making things, especially drawing things with my drawing board, and colors are not that good on that old BenQ. I've seen the new one, it's much better, but still it weren't as crisp as this one. And I always wanted higher than 1080p resolution, because sitting at 1080p is actually not a big resolution when it comes to printing. When you print out, it should be about 4000 and higher in pixel density, and it varies a lot. If you go to A3 to print out, it becomes much bigger than that even. So I went and got this screen because it's for gamers. I heard that the color reproduction was actually pretty decent for a TN panel, and since IPS doesn't have 120 plus Hertz at the moment, of course you can buy those screens from Korea, but what I've heard is that it's a roll the dice thing. You pay 5,000 for a monitor, and then it's a 50-50 if you get the version that you can actually overclock. A very few of them actually can overclock, and then you sit with a screen that probably performs decent, but you still didn't get what you want. Now, about this screen, I've tried everything about it. I found a few functions that I love. One of them especially, and made me actually start to play an older game that I haven't touched for a long while. And I tried about every function on it except one. And that's the 3D vision function, because I don't have my 3D kit here. It's at my parents' house, where I don't live anymore, so I haven't tried it. For those who are wondering how 3D works on the BenQ, I think it performed pretty well, pretty decent. Probably not as well as those big cinemas that have laser projectors with high resolution and active shutters on the glasses they lend out, but pretty decent. Remember, when you sit on a small monitor like 24-inch, 27-inch, it's not as easy to become immense in the 3D, and I have never tried surround 3D. I think it's a thing, and I so much want to try it, but I haven't gotten to it yet. Probably won't, because it's really expensive, and if I got like 3 of this screen, I needed so expensive 3D cards that I don't think it's actually going to happen for me. If somebody out there has have done it, please type and explain how the experience was. If it was buggy or whatever, just type in the comment. I love it. So yeah, well, enough about that. Let's go to the screen for a moment. So let's see here, try to make it the right way. Yeah, so the screen, well, on camera it's probably just as any any screen, whatever. This is a 20-inch, and sorry, there's my Spotify. Yeah, this is 20-inch, and you probably already registered that this one is not as vivid in the colors as this, because this is not a BenQ model. I did not want the BenQ model as an extra because I need an IPS model. This is an older Dell IPS. I use it to drag pictures over that I work with and see the colors to get like performance-ish on how it is. I tried to calibrate this, but I don't have a calibration kit at the moment. I borrowed it earlier, and with calibration it's like you should do it in the position you sit, how the lighting is and everything, but at the moment I actually think it's okay. I could probably tweak it a little bit, but it's okay. I had printouts with it, and printing is not as easy as many think, because it's not actually just about how well you do it on screen and the colors there, but it's about also the way you print it, which color profile, which printer, and everything. It's a combination, and you learn it, but it's hard. But whatever, over to what we're here for, the big Asus screen. And I forgot actually to turn on one thing here. Let's see. There, if anybody would wonder where it was, there's the lightning. As you can see, there's a ring there, and I don't actually keep it lit on because I have the Razer keyboard and the rival mouse, and I turned this into green because I have to have it matching, but I'm wondering about buying a chroma one so I can use whatever color I like. Probably not red, but something in the genre of blue. I love blue. It's pretty. Yeah, about this screen. First I want to go into like the options menu here, just for funsies, so you can see like the functions you have. The brightness is really well turned down, and you won't actually notice too much of it when it's down to 0. This is the IPS panel. It's like probably a few degrees not as bright as the IPS panel, but if I remember correctly, the IPS, yeah, this is maxed out. It's an older screen, so they didn't have that well backlighting back in the days, but this is 100%, this is at 0. So I can show you how it came out of the box, which is like ridiculous. When I have this on, this turns into a black spot, and I've seen many screens, but this one takes the cake. It's like really well lit, and this is at 50%. I can even go beyond that, and it just... The bad thing is that the camera actually... Well, you can understand how black everything else went when this screen went up in lightness. Everything becomes like darn black because the camera tries to compensate. Yeah, this is like not completely normal lighting. The camera works here, but you can see the screen, how bright it is, and it's really bright. I actually have issues watching at it for too long with this brightness on. So I usually keep it about at 20%. It's probably too low even, but that's how I like it. When I play Counter-Strike, there's like a few maps that is really vivid, like Cache, and it hurts my eyes. Contrast, I tweaked it up a little bit. Probably is not needed. It's a preference thing. I found out that 55% and the color temperature to warm was where I wanted it. Normal is a bit cold in my opinion, and cool is even worse. Normal and warm is like where you want it, but I found that the warm was closer to the IPS panel than anything else. I have not tried actually to have user mode and customize the colors for itself, but I haven't. But I'm actually wondering to keep it at user mode and have like the colors where it is, but for now warm, nothing more about it. Image, here you can turn on, if you don't have G-Sync, this might be hard for you to read, but there's ULMB. I don't remember what it's short for, but you can actually turn this on to get like less cutting and tearing on the screen when you're playing. OD, I think that was actually ghosting. I have it totally off. Don't need it. Here's normal things, language, where this is positioned. You can place it pretty well everywhere. So, yeah, that's it. Transparency, how like hidden it should be of the screen. I actually like this function. It's not bad. I like to keep it at full. I never use it, so when I have it, I like to see it. Yeah, timeout, how long it stays before it disappears, information about screen, modes, hertz and everything. Light motion, that's the red circle right there, and then it's all reset. And at the side here, I actually like this. When you go to the menu, like push it, they actually show up what the buttons do. Now, what I pushed was a menu button, as marked there, sorry for the hicking, and here's to close as marked. So you actually get a good view here what it does. It's also on the rim here, but it's not as easy to see, so I like this detail. It's really good. You have something else you can push as well. This one is probably one of my more favorites because you can actually get an aim on the screen. Probably not as valid for everyone, but I actually like the detail. Like if you're an R player and doesn't have the feeling where the middle of the screen is and you want to fast scope or whatever, sure, it's probably has its uses, but I don't like it that much. Yeah, let's see. And you have a timer if you need it. If you're like, okay, I'm just gonna play for 90 minutes, I'm gonna beat my own lap record or do a speed run or whatever, you just push there and then it goes. It takes your time. It's like small details, which is a big plus for me, but the biggest one, and if you have a 144 Hz screen, or 120 for that matter, if you have anything over, I think it's 60, might be 75, but I think it's 60 Hz. You probably tried to play Skyrim. If you haven't, you should. It's a really good game. It's starting to become old now, but the experience and how you like enjoy the game itself, it's really big. Something you should do. But over to the screens again. About the everything over 60%, you're gonna have a slight bug inside of Skyrim. Some creatures might actually bounce like this, like shake away, and when they come to a certain distance, they bounce up in the air, fall down and die. I kid you not. This is not the only glitch, but it's the most occurring one in Skyrim, and actually game characters can experience this. So I actually had my follower dying because I had too high of a hertz on the screen. And I've read so many places about this on the internet, tried to find anybody who found like a homemade fix for it, but it seems like it's deeply integrated into game code and it's like an engine fault. So every time I tried to play Skyrim, it was like this. I had to like go into the menu, not there. Let's do it again. Into the control panel here. I had to adjust the frequency down to 60 Hz. Save it, close, open the game, and when I was done playing Skyrim and went back and wanted to play Counter-Strike, I had to do the same thing again. Now, this doesn't work well in desktop mode, but when you're going into games, it switches really fast. And there's a button here with the timer, just like it's stated here, turbo. And you can actually, yeah, now it's gonna hang up, I promise you. But you can actually push this, and it switches the hertz from 144 to 60, and then to 120, and then 144 again. And I can try to give you an example. Oh, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna type in the password. That's not the password. Sorry about that. I think actually the screen turned down the hertz right now. Let's have a look at it. Oh, it's still 44, it says, but there it stands 60. Yeah, so it's turned down to 60 hertz right now. That's not something I want. I want 144. So I can show you how it works. Now it's probably 120, and let it work out so we get to 144. Blink, blink, motherfucker, blink! God damn it! Ah, come on, jeez, the mind sculpture. Oh, bloody hell! Oh, there it blinked. Yay, 144. Well. Okay, so here I open Elder Scrolls Skyrim. Boom! Or at least I thought it would go off with a boom. And then I push play. Now, the game will go into... Or so I thought. Yeah. Here comes the intro. And here I can just... Like that. It's really fast when you're in game. So now I put it at 60, and I don't want to continue for my last game because I'm at Sovngarde, and everybody knows that's the place where it all ends. We can see Dragon's Reach. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, and I would also like to point out this. It's good at color production, reproduction, but it's actually pretty good at contrast as well. I would say like games like this is really much more entertaining on this big screen, because when you go into deep dark places it's really much easier to see actually contours and everything around, so it's a much more better game experience. But yeah, I don't know if I can actually force produce the bugs with higher hertz, but we can try. Let's see here. If I see something in the distance over here, I don't know if I can, but I'll try. It's not the map even. It's a trick. I can't see anything out there. Well, usually that bugs up. I don't think anything is even close to far enough from here right now. Just a dragon spitting fire and shit. Where did God go? Yep. Yeah, but as you can see, it's really okay to have this function, and it's probably one of the things that I didn't know of, but gave me the most out of this screen, besides what I expected. Yeah, Resident Evil HD remake now available. This is not a commercial, but I think everybody should play Resident Evil. It's freakishly amazing. So, about the details of the screen, you can tilt it. Although I haven't done so yet, it's a freakishly big screen. It takes a lot of screen space. Even the keyboard looks small in this. And it's the big Ultimate Pro keyboard. So yeah, if you have any questions, I can do a follow-up video because I actually run out of words to say. There's so much else about the screen, but most of it you can read outside. Yeah, I could take the part for gaming-wise. When it comes to playing professional games on it, it's big. I can't say anything else, but actually it's given me much more, a better posture, I would say, because I don't lean so much towards the screen anymore. I can actually sit back in the comfortable chair I have and play games and don't bend over and probably destroy my back over the years. So it helped out. I love the resolution. It's really good. It demands more juice from your screen card. So I actually had to tweak down a few graphical settings, but I'll see when I get a screen card. I don't know if it'll be by end of summer. I don't think I will sacrifice G-Sync for the new 380 card that's been leaked some performances out of recently, which shows that it's about 40% better than 980. But something will happen, and soon I will film things more professionally, so I hope you guys enjoy. If there's anything you'd like to ask, as I said, please comment in the section down below. Or like it if you like it, and dislike it if you dislike it. I might come back with a new film of this, just how it performs, not much of a review, but how you can twist the screen, turn it, like the functionality, but I will do that after I got a new camera, so smell you later.